Toronto FC2 in New York City FC2 face off here in sunny Toronto, where the push for the MLS Next Pro playoffs continues. Just 1 month left in the regular season, and we have two sides desperately searching for 2 points. Welcome here to York Lions Stadium. I'm Nick Abel. We'll have starting lineups and first kick just ahead. Two Eastern Conference opponents who sit in interesting positions in the table. Let's look at these standings. New York City is just the last team currently above that playoff line, and TFC 2 is the last team not eliminated up to this point, with just 5 matches remaining for both of these squads. Interesting to see only Crown Legacy FC, the squad that has secured its spot in the MLS Next Pro playoffs up to this point. Later on this weekend, we might see a couple more teams fall into that category. Starting lineups for the home side. A 4-4-1-1 really functions like a 4-4-2. Jamaican national U20 player Jameer Nolan will be the striker. He's the leading goal scorer for the home side. He's followed up by academy player Lucas Dawson. We'll get into his heroics and what he's done in a squad that's seen a lot of turnover so far this season, and then some first team implementation with a goalkeeper in the back line. For the visitors, NYCFC, 4-2-3-1 for Coach Matt Pilkington. An interesting move here, getting Luke Sunjic to that left back position. Look for Alhaji Sam, one of the biggest surprises in MLS Next Pro this season, to get involved on that right wing and pair up with Seymour Reed at the 9 spot. We've got plenty of action here tonight. An important match for both of these sides as the playoff push continues for MLS Next Pro. Toronto, desperate for 3 points, as they really need every point they can muster in these next 5 matches if they want to reach the playoffs. They've only done it once in their history. And of course, for the visitors, NYCFC in white, they're hanging on to that last spot, but some cushion would be nice in a tight packed spot for those 6 to 8 spots. Third time these two sides have faced off, and Toronto has gotten the better of NYC in both the first 2 matches. 7-1 goal differential for the young Reds, hoping to keep that momentum going at home as we await official Melvin Christopher's whistle. It will be the visitors, New York City FC 2, to kick it off. Beautiful night here in Toronto, right around 70 degrees, and here we go. Match week 26 in MLS Next Pro is off to the races. 4 matches tonight and a host of more tomorrow. But this matchup at hand is what we're focused on, as NYC just continues to play it to the back, all the way to Mac Learned, who has been the solid netminder for the Pigeons this season. It's his 15th appearance. As he lets his back line get comfortable. Given away in the midfield. And the home side has possession for the first time this evening in the opening 2 minutes of play. not a team that is very comfortable on the ball. Under 50% possession in most of their matches this season. Towards the bottom of Next Pro in those statistics. As we get a whistle and the first foul of the evening. Abundant Saladu stands over it, and Toronto is going to elect to take it quickly. Looked like they were setting up for a service into the box. Instead, they will build up from the back. Toronto comes into this match off of a difficult loss, 5-1 to one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference in the New York Red Bull organization. And we are going to get a foul in the final third. Jonathan Lopez was taken down. Going back to that last match for Toronto, they scored early. Elias Kadri got them on the score sheet in just the 4th minute, but then they gave up 5 unanswered. In a match where head coach Gianni Cimini said that they really could have had an opportunity to press their lead early in the first 15 minutes. The scoreline not necessarily indicative of how the match was played. And a team like Red Bulls took advantage of some Toronto mistakes and found themselves in a lopsided victory. The first match between these two was even more lopsided. It was 5-0. The largest win in Toronto's history in all of Next Pro. That was all the way back in March as Toronto trying to enter into the box. Top of the box. Played to Salou. Puts a shot on and deflected away. It's all the way back to Adesia de Rosario. He's on a homegrown contract with the first team, so getting a chance to get some minutes at the Next Pro level. He's played a fair amount this season. That cross is sent back to the back line. It's De Rosario's 9th match in net for TFC 2. His 4th year with the program. As this one comes out of the touchline. Malik Henry, another first-team player, couldn't quite hold that ball in. A fair amount of them have come down for both sides. Malik Henry, who is going to be manning the midfield for the Young Reds in his first MLS Next Pro match this season. He was a part of 19 matches for TFC 2 last year. This ball goes all the way to De Rosario. Too long for Seymour Reed. TFC 2 trying to play out of the back, get away from the pressure. Maximo Caricio is all over them. A standout in this consistent academy program and MLS Next Pro program for New York. One of the greatest roster building movements in all of the MLS league. Just 18 years old, playing center attacking midfielder today, and was the youngest first team signing in history at 14 years old. Good combination play for TFC 2. Looking for Henry, and it's kicked out. Throw in the attacking third upcoming for Toronto. A cagey first 7+ minutes of play at York Lions Stadium. No chances yet for either side, just feeling each other out. Maybe a shock so far that Toronto has looked the better team on the ball. Handled well by Lucas Dawson, who I mentioned before the first kickoff, an academy player who's had to fill an important role for Gianni Cimini. And now's a chance for the counterattack. Sam's shot is kicked away, and we will get our first corner of the evening. First real chance to get anything on net. New York has 5 set-piece goals allowed this season. Just one of the best defensive teams, but not as great in the set-piece category offensively. Taken away by Toronto. And a foul on the counter. A tactical foul there to slow up TFC 2. Reed Fisher surveying the field for options, elects to play it all the way back to his keeper. His back line is bolstered with the addition of Stefanovic, another first-team player who hasn't gotten a ton of action in Next Pro. Here is the aforementioned Lazar Stefanovic. Good ball in behind. Entering into the box. Cutting towards the middle. Plays it back. And pass trying to switch field is intercepted, but good recovery for Toronto. And they will win a corner. First corner for the Young Reds. And the home crowd showing their support. Just the 88th corner of the season for TFC. Third least in all of Next Pro. But a set-piece opportunity here in the 11th minute. Left-footed in-swinging ball played to the left side of the 6-yard box. No red shirts there to keep it in play. But they maintain possession. In swinging ball, headed away. And headed back forward towards Learned, who picks it up with ease. So a couple set pieces for both of these squads. Nothing too dangerous yet, but that could change in a hurry. First goal so vital in really all levels of soccer, but especially for a team like Toronto that has struggled to make up deficits. This one kicked out. Adonis Acampos in defense. Salau. Gives it away. But as I was saying, Toronto have 8 wins on the season. All 8 of those wins have been when they've scored first. So that first goal, all the difference for the Young Reds. Henry trying to fire from the top of the box. It's deflected back out to Abundant Salau. His pass forward, too much pace. Jamari Nolan couldn't handle it, went down after some contact, but no referee from our official. Toronto looking the more comfortable squad at home through 13 and some minutes at Lions Park Stadium. Knowing they need 3 points. And that will be a foul on Adonis Campos. Sustained possession for Toronto. And I talked to Gianni Cimini this week. He talked about some of the struggles and the defensive numbers, which haven't been that great. And it was simply they've been defending for too long in his eyes. They've done a good job of minimizing the amount of time they've had to defend, as this one's played inside and a penalty. Contact at the edge of the box. Melvin Christopher whistles the play dead. And the home side will get a chance from the spot. Turned on right at the edge of the box. And it will be Jamari Nolan, the 16-year-old from Kingston, Jamaica. And a yellow card is shown at the end of that play. Will maybe dissent. But more importantly, Nolan at the spot. 9 goals this season. Trying to make it double digits. Mac Learned stands in his way. And it's scored! Top right corner, perfect penalty. Jamari Nolan puts the home side on top first. Nothing Mac Learned could do about that pen. Simple run-up, simple finish. And the celebration. So TFC 2 going up, and they deserved it. This first 15 minutes has been controlled by the home team. Jamari Nolan finishes off the penalty, won by Bryce Bono. And the home side that is not used to controlling possession has done it all night so far. This portion of the match is brought to you by BMO, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC2. Toronto FC2 leads 1-0 after the penalty is converted by striker Jamari Nolan. Nolan had a recent penalty that he'll remember for a long time when he was at the under-20 CONCACAF tournament with his home country of Jamaica. This one's played forward into space. Ponce attacking into the box, driving, gets to his right foot, and cleared away. A whistle and a foul as the visitors finally showing some signs of life. Another quick foul. Back to Nolan's penalty for Jamaica. He captained that U20 side, and that was late July, early August. And he scored that penalty in the quarterfinals against Canada. They went on to lose that match and get knocked out of the tournament, but Jamari Nolan has shown some real prowess just at the age of 16. He wasn't the only young Red to be on that Jamaican squad. As this one's deflected away, New York wins a corner. Raekwon Campbell-Dennis, who is not in the lineup tonight, also played with Nolan for Jamaica. And, of course, it being Toronto, 4 TFC2 players made that roster, the Canadian roster. Set piece handled with well by TFC2. NYC still reeling after that penalty kick goal by Nolan. And you saw the yellow card shown. That was shown to Jonathan Lopez for dissent, arguing his case, pleading his case that it was not a penalty. But now NYCFC 2 has to respond. They came into this match after a victory against the New England Revolution 2. That was a 2-1 win. Back-to-back wins after their 5-0 victory over FC Cincinnati. And currently in position to reach the MLS Next playoffs, but it is a logjam right towards the middle and bottom of the table in the Eastern Conference. It does help that both of these teams are two of the four that have not played, have a game in hand, being that game in hand. So after this, everyone in the Eastern Conference, after tonight, everyone in the Eastern Conference will have played 24 matches. As this ball is played towards Kevin Pierre, the first team player for the Pigeons. He was the 57th draft pick in the most recent MLS Super Draft for NYCFC. Now the visitors maintaining possession on the right wing. Caricio gives it away. Henry with options forward. Played to the middle to the goal scorer, Nolan. Then out wide. Bank gets on the left foot, takes a shot, doesn't catch it clean. And a foul on Stefanovic. Still building into this match in the 24th minute. The lone goal from the home side came off the penalty kick. The right foot of Jamari Nolan. Reed to his own corner flag, plays it forward. A really good ball. And some contact, no whistle from the official. Switching fields. Quick passing by TFC 2. Who are imposing their will in this match. And they will just look to build from the back. This portion of the match is brought to you by LG, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC2. Long ball played in behind. Bank trying to corral it. He settles into the middle. Out wide, Malik Henry. In swinging ball, looking for Nolan. Kicked out. TFC 2 again on the attack, and it's again Henry with the service. Chested down to Nolan, blasted over the net. Abundant Salu has been all over the top of the box. Settled down by Bank, who was looking for Nolan. But Salu came in with the late run and had a chance to put some mustard on that shot that goes just over the bar. A good effort. From the 22-year-old. Consistent pressure from TFC2. Looking very comfortable on this Friday evening. Through 27 minutes of play at their home park. Head coach Gianni Cimini has to be very pleased with the way these first 25-plus minutes have gone. One back by the home side. Some contact in the attacking half. Slows up that run. And our referee, Melvin Christopher, going to have a conversation. NYCFC has not looked to their usual standard. After back-to-back wins, they've crawled into the start of this match and are getting outplayed by the home side. Fletcher Bank, beating defenders, gets to the 6, flips it off the bar. Henry trying to put it back on net. What an individual effort from Fletcher Bank. He nearly snuck around the entire back line and beat Mac Learned, but he couldn't beat the crossbar. Wow. That would have been one heck of a goal if he could have found the back of the net. Henry continues to cause problems for the back line. To Bonneau, who drew the penalty. Henry puts it on frame and in. It's a goal. Malik Henry. Puts the host up 2-0. And this one had been well earned by Malik Henry, who'd been starting all kind of creation on that left wing. This time, he just slides inside, somehow stays onside, and slots it in off the right post. How about that? Didn't have a goal the entire last season with MLS Next Pro side TFC 2. And in his first match for the Young Reds this year, he gets on the score sheet. And now TFC 2 is cruising. It's been a very impressive 30 minutes so far, capped off by Henry's finish off the post. Bank got denied by the crossbar, and Henry used the post to his advantage. And more pressure from Toronto. Bonneau. Back to Salihu. Henry again, the runner. Just played all the way back to Reed. Fisher. This portion of the match is brought to you by Chevrolet, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC2. And every fan of Toronto FC2 encouraged by these first 30 minutes of play. The score sheet reflecting their impressive confidence and consistency up to this point. No shots on net by the visiting side. NYC has got to regroup if they want any chance to take away points from this road trip. Right now, it's all TFC 2. And this is a team that's been very good when they're leading at half as they push the ball forward again. Malik Henry played forward into the middle. This time it's offside. Couldn't quite time up his run. But as I was saying, TFC 2 6-1-1 when they lead at the half. And it would take a wild turn in the next 15 minutes for them not to be ahead. So a good position for Gianni Cimini's squad. And what a difference Henry has made coming down in his first match for TFC2 as Maximo Carrizo is taken down. This will be a set-piece opportunity in the final third. No one trying to track back. Too much contact on the midfielder. Camilo Ponce to take the free kick. Or will it be Carrizo? Carrizo on the right, Ponce on the left. It is Carrizo. This one headed away by Reed Fisher. Out for a corner. And it is Carrizo who goes over to take this corner kick. This is a way you could get back into this match if you're NYCFC2. Set piece services. Numbers in the box. Sent in towards the 6-yard box. Punched out by De Rosario. Sent back into the hands. Quickly punted away. Looking for Bank. It's the lone runner. Does well to win it. And earn possession back for Toronto. Pointing in the direction of Henry. Nobody out there to hold him up. Settles it, brings it down, lofts it into the box, and headed out for a corner. Long services, effective for TFC2 right now. Looks so in sync. And another set-piece opportunity for a team that hasn't won a lot of corners this year. TFC taking their time, awaiting this corner. Nine defenders in the box. Lofted in, looking for the back post. Richard Chukwu holds it up for TFC. This one's sent in. Again, has to be dealt with by the back line. And Chukwu lets his center backs clear all the way back to the defensive half as they were up for the corner kick. 37th minute of play, 2-0. Toronto on top over NYCFC 2. It was Jamari Nolan from the penalty spot that got Toronto FC 2 on the board in the 16th minute. And then 13 minutes later, Malik Henry with a right-footed shot from the left side of the box off the right post and in. All Toronto so far, and another giveaway by NYC. Bank looking for Bonneau, who was overlapping his run on the right wing. But it's turned over yet again by the Pigeons. Camilo Ponce made the poor decision to try and press the ball forward instead of resetting. Now NYCFC 2 with the ball, and they give it right back up to Toronto. And a chance. Bank outrunning. One-on-one, left-footed shot right to the center of the goal. Mishit there by Fletcher Bank. Mac Larned got about as lucky as he could with the ease of that shot. But Bank in behind again, and he's offside. Couldn't time up his run. That back line for NYC has stayed fairly low and allowed runners to get in behind. Exhibit A, that first Banks chance. Not enough pressure on the center backs either to not allow them to go direct. NYC trying to transition quickly to offense into the box, looking for the back post. Justin Reed clears it. Reed Fisher, excuse me, clears it away. Another corner kick for New York. Heading on and away, out of danger. Goal line clearance. De Rosario might not have gotten to that one. And now it's played all the way forward to the goal scorer, Malik Henry, who waits for numbers. But Sunjic backtracks enough to take it away and then gives it right back. Five minutes plus left in this first half, where Toronto has been really the far better of the two sides. Maybe surprisingly, given both teams' positioning in the table. Toronto sitting in 13th in the Eastern Conference, while NYCFC 2 is firmly in 8th, in the mix, firmly in the mix of potential playoff appearance. Matt Pilkington cannot be happy with the way his team has started this first half. Coming into this one, he told me that he'd been happy with the energy the team had displayed and the fight they'd shown down the stretch. Felt like they'd been a little bit more consistent and improved quality when they'd had the ball. That has not been the case tonight. It's been careless passing and too many turnovers, allowing TFC2 to transition quickly on counterattacks and in dangerous areas. And then just right there, another example of not quite being connected from a midfielder and a attacker position. I've hardly said Seymour Reed's name. Played to the left wing. Goes out of play. For New York City, it's kind of the same story as the last two times these teams faced off. Their head coach Pilkington told me we just didn't play well. Really, in either of the first two matches between these sides this season. And coming into this match, Toronto had gotten the better of them twice. And at this point, it looks like much of the same. Henry working hard on both sides of the ball. We saw the goal scoring capability in there, the defending element. Cross in, given away. Sunjic winds up and it's deflected and pounced on by De Rosario. Potentially costly mistake there. Averted by the home team. Mistakes have cost Toronto this season and are a big part of the reason why they are not where they want to be in the table. It feels like every match now is a playoff match. That's what Cimini told me this week, and it really is the case. They're the last team in the standings not eliminated in the Eastern Conference. The bottom three all officially eliminated from the MLS Next playoffs. But a couple results they probably need points, and really 3 points in just about every match they have left on their schedule. And a measly 1 minute added to the first half time. We haven't had too many stoppages. And right now, the 2 goals, the difference, as Toronto FC giving NYCFC2 all they can handle. The Young Reds will be happy to go into the break up 2. A little bit of press, maybe they want more before they head back to the locker room. It's been a really effective first half. A lot of plays like that. Numbers into the box, played forward, looking for Henry. Swung back in. And cleared away, and that will do it. Another chance for TFC2 in the closing moments of the first half, and that was the story of the first half. all home team. TFC 2 leads 2-0 at the break. Coming up in our halftime show, more player profiles, plus the upcoming schedule and first half highlights when we come back.
Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Dude, move away, I can't see.
At the break, MLS Next Pro announces its plan to shift the league's competition calendar just this week for next season in 2027, aligning with Major League Soccer and top global soccer leagues. A sprint season running from February to May 2027 will be followed by the league's first full summer to spring season in 2027 to 2027 to 2028. And let's take a deeper look.
MLS Next Pro will shift its competition calendar to align with MLS and other top global leagues, beginning in 2027 with the sprint season, followed by the first full summer to spring season in 2027-2028. The sprint season will run from February to May 2027 and will carry the weight of a full MLS Next Pro season, with 14 regular season matches per team, plus playoffs and MLS Next Pro Cup. The new calendar will begin with the 2027-2028 season, kicking off in July 2027 and concluding with MLS Next Pro Cup in June 2028 with a mid-December to early February winter break. The 2027-2028 season will feature 28 matches per team, followed by playoffs and MLS Next Pro Cup. There are many benefits to the new competition calendar, including improving player movement and player development opportunities. Stay tuned for more schedule announcements in the coming months. On March 22nd, the Timbers called up Timbers 2 midfielder Eric Izoida ahead of their match against the LA Galaxy. Hours later, the 18-year-old academy product was named to the starting 11, making his MLS debut.
I didn't really know if I was starting or anything. I thought maybe I'd be on the bench, I'd play, but I was kind of just waiting for it. I was getting ready. I was like with my family, just chilling at home, really. I found out in the meeting right before the game, so like an hour 20 before the game. The anthem, it's always one of my favorite parts of every game. It's always, for me, that's like the crowd is engaged, everybody. It's just really cool experience. For me, just being in the stands, that's one of the parts of the game. And now being there, being on the field, doing it, it was just a really cool experience for me.
Confidence is everything in moments like these. And from the moment he walked into the locker room, Eric felt the trust of his teammates.
They were all just saying, we trust you, we believe in you, we know you're good enough for this. They were all just really positive, telling me that just to work hard out there, to not overdo it, just get into the game and just keep going. I'd say there was the first 10 minutes, I knew I had to go simple, I had to get it out. Then after 10, 15 minutes, I knew I was settling in. I made one good ball in behind, and then after that, I was good. And then second half, it took me 5, 10 minutes to get settled in again.
Arise. Loses out.
What a moment for Eric Azoita, the 18-year-old on his MLS debut, scores an absolute screamer.
In my mind, after I scored, I thought I only took 1 touch or 2 touch. I thought I just ripped it right away. It felt really good coming off the foot. In warm-ups, I had 2 really good shots as well. They both came off the post, so I was hoping it wouldn't come off the post, but it was just a really good shot. I scored, and I knew we had a little chance to get back in it, you know, and it was just a really good moment for me.
These moments come once in a lifetime, and for Eric, having his family there to see it live was priceless.
They were just really proud. They were all like, just asking how the game was, asking all the details. They were talking to me, telling me all the stuff, how everybody was walking up to them. Everybody was saying congratulations, and even though after the loss, everybody was really happy for me. They were asking how they get our seats and how they know where we were, and I think my brother told them where they were at, and they were just really, they didn't even know they were on camera, so it was like really surprising for them.
Eric's dream of making his debut has now become a reality.
I'm really grateful for all the coaches, for all they've done. They've all done a lot for me and everybody else who's on the second team and the first team. And it's really cool seeing the talents coming out of the academy right now too.
Now, he's focused on everything that comes after it.
For me, it's to obviously break into the first team fully, hopefully get regular minutes. Those are my goals. That's one of my goals. Also getting called into the national team, keep getting called in, and then just up from there.
The opportunity to build a professional soccer club in Long Island, you know, to me is really unique. Number one, because I'm from New York, I'm from Queens. It's a community that I'm very familiar with, that I resonate with. Long Island has a tremendous source of pride that only Long Islanders know and feel. To do this in a place where there is such a rich soccer history, you know, on the youth end, professionally, is also unique. You know, we're not just launching a soccer club, we're launching a culture, we're launching a community space, we're launching a brand and a team that will make Long Island proud. The Island FC will represent, you know, not just what's happening on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. And you know, at the end of the day, I want to make sure that we certainly give more than we take, and that's in all parts of the organization and the club.
I came to Long Island 40 years ago now and created the very first professional coaching organization. And out of that has grown this tremendous industry of viral coaching, super clubs and companies. And this is really an end result for that. It's an opportunity through the Island FC to act as an embracing organization that really brings the island together in a significant way and propels male and female soccer to the top. This is bringing professional soccer right to the heart of Long Island, and it makes that dream a reality. They will see young Long Island players coming through and playing pro here with the Island FC and representing Long Island on that international stage.
Welcome back to Toronto, where Toronto FC2 leads 2-0 at halftime over NYCFC2. A confident start from the home side, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. Let's look at the upcoming schedules in the MLS Next Pro. Tomorrow night, a couple of the top teams playing. CT United FC with a big matchup against New York Red Bulls 2. That's the third-ranked team in the Eastern Conference and the sixth-ranked team in the Eastern Conference, both with potential chances to secure a playoff spot given what happens tomorrow. Same story for Chattanooga, and then Saturday, a slate of 5 matches on this match week 26. It was an entertaining first half, and it was most entertaining if you're a fan of Toronto FC2. Plenty of highlights to look at for the home side, who got off early and really dominated. This was the penalty, and Jamari Nolan stepped up, slotted it to the top right corner. That was the first goal. And then in the 29th minute, another chance, Salahou. It was all home side, 8 shots to 3 in favor of Toronto. 3 shots on target. And here was that last goal. Henry slips in behind and plays it off the bar. Interesting to see his positioning there. We might go back and debate whether he was still onside. But as it stands, the home side feeling themselves up 2-0. And we'll get the second half kickoff when we come back. MLS Next Pro action in Toronto.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Yeah. Boys hear sentiment. Flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best. Can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions. Trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next. Just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now.
The unique energy of a Sunday night. Ideal for calm music, whispers, stargazing, reflection, and a relaxed environment. Sunday nights were made for this.
Two-nil lead for Toronto FC2 over NYC FC2. Same 11s back on the pitch for both sides. And you would imagine the halftime talk for New York City head coach Matt Pilkington was a little heated. Not exactly what he wanted to see out of a squad that is fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot. They have been outplayed in just about every facet by TFC2 up to this point. But, as always, a lot could change in MLS Next Pro in a hurry. 45 minutes left to decide this one here in Ontario Province in Canada, in the great city of Toronto, as the teams huddle up and get ready for an important second half. TFC2 trying to put themselves in a manageable position to just have a slimmer of hope to reach the playoffs in just over a month. And NYCFC2 trying to keep momentum from their two-game win streak. But that momentum's gone in the blink of an eye after 45 minutes, as Toronto looks to show the rest of the league they've got some fight left in them. Second half kick. TFC2 in red, and they will kick it away back to Adisa de Rosario, who didn't have to do a lot of work in that first half. No saves made, 0 shots on target by NYCFC2, just 3 shots in total. But they win a quick chance here. Can't win the race, and it comes back to De Rosario as we switch sides and begin this second half. I mentioned it midway through the first, as this ball slipped in. Oh, dangerous, important dealing there from Lopez. But TFC2 has been very good when they've led at the halftime break. They had been atrocious, really, when behind. They had not won a single point when they have trailed at half. But they're up in this one, and they win a foul, and that's going to be a quick yellow card. The second card shown to NYCFC2 this evening. El Hadji Sam, who has been fairly quiet tonight. It's a little bit of an unnecessary tug at the jersey, as the youngster Richard Chukwu was trying to get things going for TFC2. But as I was saying, 6-1-1 when leading at half. So a great recipe for success for Gianni Cimini's squad. Be interesting to see how he navigates the next 45 minutes. Bench a little bit deeper for TFC2 than they're used to seeing. And he talked about, Gianni did this week, that the injury problems at not only the second team but the first team have forced a lot of turnover, as is the case with a lot of Next Pro clubs, as NYCFC getting their first attacking opportunity in the second half. El Hadji Sam, who was just shown the yellow card, wins the corner. TFC2 has had a lot of turnover in their roster, and the first team guys coming down tonight have made a difference. Malik Henry being one of those in his first match of the season for TFC2 has his first goal. He played 15 matches last season with TFC2, as this one's offside. And he didn't have a goal in any of them. Different year, different story. He did have 5 assists, and the play at the next level has definitely helped him out. He's got 15 appearances for the first team this season. Hasn't got on the score sheet quite yet, but bagging a goal tonight will definitely help the confidence. This one's pinged around in the final third. Ooh, good back heel. Played forward, a chance. Right-footed shot goes wide. Golden opportunity. NYCFC2 had been lifeless the entire night, and it's a beautiful back heel by Garcia, played forward. And Ponce, who's got 3 goals on the year, can't find the frame. By far the best opportunity for the visitors tonight. Caught TFC2 by surprise. A really good combination play there by Maximo Carrizo. Not surprising. He's the straw that stirs the drink, so to speak, for this team. 5 goals, 2 assists on the year. Wouldn't have gotten the direct assist, as it was Kevin Pierre who put the last pass forward to Ponce, but he would have been credited with creating the chance. So we'll see how both sides respond after that great goal-scoring opportunity for NYCFC2. Obviously, Matt Pilkington's words at the break had some effect to his squad because they come out and get their best chance of the night. Jamari Nolan does a good job to hold up play. He scored the first goal, and Henry scored the second. This one's played in looking for Bank, who had a couple of chances down the right wing in the first 45. New York City trying to push forward. No nonsense defending by a back line that's looked very stout tonight. El Haji Sam loses it. Beno just passes it off and receives it back. Then Henry will play it back to his center backs. Slowing up the play to a standstill is Richard Chukwu. He's a fascinating case and another one of those highly touted prospects who's still a teenager. With a lot of potential to maybe make an impact on the first team down the line. He was one of those TFC2 players that made the appearance at the U20 CONCACAF Championships at the end of July, early August. Play resumes. Still 2-0. Same scoreline we had at the break. 8+ minutes into the second half, only one chance. And that was the best chance of the night for NYCFC2. Well, Haji Sam couldn't get it on. But now's another opportunity. Left-footed, swung into the middle, 6-yard box, not all the way out. Now it is. Signs of life for the visitors. Haven't seen a ton of play out of the left flank. But now New York starting to settle in. Volley played out to Sam. Sam gets it again. Delivery into the box. Comes back out to Al-Haji Sam. More pressure than we've seen from NYCFC2 all night. Again, on that left wing. Turn forward, Kevin Pierre is taken down and wins a free kick. Very dangerous spot. A good full turn, and then brought down by Richard Chukwu. So we set up for this free kick. This portion of the match is brought to you by BMO, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. Four corners in the first half for NYCFC 2. We're going to get a yellow card shown. I think referee Melvin Christopher had enough of the ball bouncing around, so we'll wait to hear who that was actually shown to. And it is Chukwu who made the foul. Carrizo and will stand over it with the potential left foot shot. The wall with 5 bodies in red standing in front of him. Adisa de Rosario telling his men where he wants them positioned. Free kick off the wall. Big men do their job and knock the ball out of play. Pierre gives it up, but wins it back. El Sam looking towards the middle for Pierre. And a late whistle goes against NYCFC 2. So some sustained pressure for the first time tonight for the Pigeons. Amounts to nothing. Still the best opportunity. Came in the 50th minute. And Camilo Ponce, missed that shot from the right side of the box to the left. This is a good ball, flicked forward. Sam won it, but used the shoulder arm area to knock it ahead. A couple of good combinations for NYCFC too. Being a little bit more creative and dangerous in the final third. TFC 2 trying to create some dangerous opportunities, too far for Bank. And we will get the first substitutions of the match. 3 for TFC 2. Salou will come off, as will the second goal scorer Malik Henry, and Lazar Stefanovic. Unsurprising, the first team players come out, bring in Diego Nue Brito, DeMar Dixon, who is just about fully healthy after some extended time on injury. And the newest addition to TFC 2, Gabriel Makina. Recent acquisition, is playing in his third match for the Young Reds. He's got to deal with some attacking play right now. Camilo Ponce. De Rosario goes to the top shelf to bring that one down. But McKenna was just added to shore up that back line, knowing there's been such concerns with the goals allowed for TFC 2. They have allowed 47 goals this season. That is bottom 5 in all, 25th in all of MLS Next Pro. The notable stat that they might look at is the fact that they've allowed only 13 goals in the first half and 34 in the second. So it's a matter of maintaining their strength that they have shown up to this point in holding NYCFC 2 at bay. They've struggled to do that at times this year. New York City in transition. Ponce lofts it out to Sam. And a foul near the corner flag. Linesman there to read that one in all the way. Toronto fans starting to get into it, give their team a little bit of life. Willing them to continue their strong performance up to this point. Less than 30 minutes remain in this match. And this portion of the match is brought to you by MasterCard, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. Fletcher Bank. Bonneau keeps it alive, play to the back post, headed away. Tries for a volley, another attempt outside the box, goes way over frame and wide right. Pace of play has slowed down a touch in the last 5 or so minutes. Substitutions for TFC2 might help with that, although they're probably happy if it stays cagey and tight. Don't want the visiting side to get any chances in transition. Play towards the middle. All the way out of danger. Bodies collide near midfield. TFC2 holds on to possession. '65th minute, surpassing the 65th minute now. 2-0. Same score we had at the halftime break. TFC2, the dominant first half performance, now trying to shore up their defense. That's looked pretty comfortable up to this point in the match. This one swung in. Nobody on the receiving end. El Sam tries, keeps it low, but not enough power on that shot from just inside the 18. De Rosario can just boot it away. And my CFC2 has been able to get more possession in the second half. Haven't created quite enough chances to hit the target yet, but have definitely eased into the second half of this match, and they're starting to get more comfortable. Haven't seen nearly as many missed passes and turnovers. They were outpassed by a wide margin in the first half. TFC2 doubled the amount of passes completed, but this one's a chance to send a pass into a dangerous area. It's headed away. Top of the box now, swung around. Lofted in by Sam again. NYCFC2 holds on to it, just probing the defense. Some stagnant bodies towards the top of the 18. Trying to switch fields now. And a foul. Long distance shot goes wide. Aggressive shot from deep. Misses the frame, and Rosario wasn't too worried about it. Didn't even go to ground to keep the right side of his net clean. So he takes the goal kick. NYCFC 2 starting to press a little bit higher up the pitch, knowing they need goals. That's a good takeaway by Adonis Campos. Played it forward to El Haji Sam. And once again, De Rosario there to clean up the mess. And he throws it out quickly. Chance now for Nolan. He misses frame. Jamari Nolan trying to add to his goal total. One-time shot. A great look from a quick developing play that caught NYFC2 sleeping on the counter. Jamari Nolan nearly had his 11th of the season. Would have been the clear man of the match if he could have bagged another goal. Instead, NYCFC 2 putting it into the box. Mauricio's shot is blocked. But another chance. Finally dealt with. But not totally out of traffic, and now it is. This portion of the match is brought to you by Ritz, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. Fletcher Bank taking it down the left wing. He's been a little quieter in the second half than he was in the first. Created a lot of chances for TFC2. Who now just need to hold on for 20 more minutes, and it looks like Matt Pilkington will finally go to his reserves and use his first pair of subs once we get a break in the action. Held up by Bank. Muscles off his defender. Left-footed cross. Header save. Nolan all over the play again. An excellent individual effort by Fletcher Bank to shake off Adonis Campos. And they nearly added to their goal total. Couple of dangerous chances for TFC2 in the last couple of minutes. Both surrounded by Jamari Nolan. And a foul called. And now those subs will come in. Jacob Arroyans will appear in his 9th match for NYCFC2.
Substitution for New York in the 73rd minute. Leaving the game is number 83, Camilo Ponce, number 82, Adonis Campos.
Campos comes out, as does Ponce. Pilkington getting a little bit more attacking focus, knowing he needs 2 goals in less than 20 minutes to take away a point. Or take away 3 points from the home side. Drew Kerr also enters into the match. 74th minute of play. Still 2-0. Same scoreline we had at halftime. NYCFC has not been quite potent enough in the final third to draw near on this Friday night in Toronto. York Lions Stadium has been the site for this match. Cleared all the way back to the defensive half for NYCFC 2. Who have drawn closer on the stats, at least most of the underlying stats. But, of course, the only one that matters is the scoreline, and they have not made headway in that regard. 2 shots on target this half. Really, the best opportunity was Camilo Ponce's off-target shot from the center of the 18-yard box. That he missed just wide left early on in this second half. That might have been able to change their fortunes, but right now, haven't looked as dangerous as needed to be to make up a 2-goal deficit. Sunjic looking for options, ball deflected. Fortunately for New York, it deflects into the path of Reed, but it doesn't matter as Toronto wins it right back. Chuku does well to push it forward. Can't quite connect with Nolan to make something really happen quickly. Another sub awaits. That will be Tristan Blythe. This may be one of the surprises, and we'll see a yellow card for that foul. Chuku still down. Blythe comes in for Dawson. Academy player for Academy player. As you take another look at that one, just a really late challenge. Definitely excessive by Kevin Pierre. A warranted yellow for the first team man, who's had some nice moments tonight, hasn't quite controlled the midfield as Pilkington probably would have liked. Again, just too much defensively, forcing NYCFC to try and reset. One-on-one battles have mostly been won by the Young Reds, really on both sides of the pitch all night long. Showing that fight needed if they want a chance to extend their season past the regular season and into the MLS Next Pro playoffs. As this ball is swung in, El Hadi Sam does possess in the corner. Still looking for an angle to enter the 18-yard box. In the 79th minute. Time is ticking away for NYCFC's hopes of taking away points. Carissimo played in, and offside anyways. Or out of play, excuse me. Sunjic couldn't hold it up. As it stands right now, with the way if these results do hold, there's one other match that is in play. Atlanta and Inter Miami. But as of now, it would put Toronto FC2 just 6 points out of that 8th place position where NYCFC2 sits in that final playoff spot. With 4 matches remaining on both of these squads' schedules. Dixon getting involved for the first time tonight. Played out wide to El Hadji Sam. Going at his defender, and he wins the penalty. Draws enough contact for Melvin Christopher's liking, and we may have a game yet. He hasn't won a ton of one-on-ones so far tonight, but that time he wins it in the most important spot. Fletcher Bank has gotten the better of Sam for a lot of the night, but not in the 81st minute. And it was Toronto who drew a penalty in the first half that put him on top in the 16th minute. And now NYCFC with a chance to draw near. De Rosario bouncing around on his goal line. Right-footed strike is saved. Put back on and saved again. De Rosario shuts down the penalty. He hadn't had to work too hard all night. When his squad needed him the most, he comes up big. Let's take another look. Guess is right. A center cut penalty. Not that well struck by Seymour Reed. And De Rosario keeps the clean sheet alive, and the 3 points very much intact. And now, Fletcher Bank trying to make the most of his opportunity. Played across. Back out to Bank. Deflected away. Edge of the 18. TFC2 wins a free kick. As New York City tried to break out. Another sub coming in. And the first goal scorer, Jamari Nolan, is subbed out of this match. Daquan Barrow will enter. He served as a substitute in quite a few matches this season to bolster the attack. Just needs to close out the last 7+ minutes. To win 3 points and keep the playoff hopes alive. It would have been very different had they not gotten a result. It would have nearly been impossible. It would have been completely out of the hands of TFC2. And it still will take just about every point they have available and some help from across the league to reach the playoffs in just over a month's time. But this is a step in the absolute right direction. What a way to right the ship after a tough loss last time out. Still trying to create opportunities in the attacking half. NYC with maybe just a couple more chances to draw blood. Caricio plays it out wide, swung in. Miscommunication. Nobody there to receive the cross. So as it stands, TFC would get their 9th win of the year. And NYCFC2 concede their 9th loss of the season. Pretty much flipped score lines for these two. And Toronto will have swept the season series as this shot is knocked out and a foul is called. 9-1 aggregate in the 3 matches right now for TFC2 against NYCFC2. Toronto's got their number. 87th minute. And still, NYCFC had an opportunity in the 82nd minute with that penalty. Seymour Reed doesn't put his best strike on it, and De Rosario makes the save that keeps his clean sheet alive. Only his 9th match of the season, looking for his 2nd clean sheet. Zakaria Nuckley has been the starting goalkeeper for the majority of the season. As De Rosario has had first team duties to attend to. But he's come down and done his job well. He's done a good job tonight. Hasn't had too much to deal with, but of course, penalty save's never easy. As he slows down the play and picks up that ball. Sends a long boot out. Mac Learned comes all the way out of his box to head it forward, with Fletcher Bank trying to put some pressure on him. '89th minute. Toronto still ahead, 2-0, the same score that they took in the 29th minute when Malik Henry got on the score sheet for the first time this season. And foul is called and a yellow card will be shown. No, that's a red card. Hold on. This makes a difference. NYCFC was without Jauliolo because of his red card in the last match in the win, and without their leading goal scorer, Cooper Flax, on yellow card accumulation, which might have had something to do with the lack of possession in the midfield. But Richard Chukwu is shown a red card for his second yellow in the 90th minute, and that is a tough loss, not just because you go down a man for the next however much is left. You really have to defend this free kick now. Might get interesting as Toronto goes down a man after Chukwu's second yellow card. Carrizo, left-footed shot, and it's on frame. Kicking the turf, not happy with that delivery. Dealt with by De Rosario. 4 minutes of added time. So the red card might not come back to hurt TFC2 in this match, but it would sure hurt them going forward, as they need every point they can get, and losing one of your stalwart defenders doesn't help when you have to play Cincy next week. Cincy, Columbus, Orlando, and New England. It's the last 4 matches for Toronto. They really probably need to win all 4 of them, as this one's headed on target. A couple header wins in these last moments. Pierre couldn't get that one with enough pace on net. But it looks like TFC2 will keep their playoff hopes alive for a little bit longer. Barrow couldn't get out and run. De Rosario just has to kick it back forward. Only 2 defenders back for NYCFC because they're up a man, so they can afford to push numbers forward in the 92nd minute, as Chukwu was just shown the red card for his second yellow in the 89th minute. De Rosario sending the entire squad past the half line, trying to keep the clock moving and secure 3 points and a clean sheet. Pass looking for El Haji Sam is turned over. NYCFC2 has got Inter Miami FC2, Red Bulls New York, who is in a prime position to reach the playoffs and try and compete for their second straight championship in a new regime this season, as that one's kicked all the way away. So that's going to be a tough one. CT United FC, who's been unbelievable in their first year as an MLS Next Pro club. And then they will end with Philadelphia. So not necessarily the easiest last 4 matches as they try and get something near the end of this match. numbers in the box, waiting for a service. Can't get anything to De Rosario. One last-ditch effort. Outside the box. Maximo. Carissimo. And it's sent too far. Fans here at York Lions Stadium. Heavy applause, imagining that's the last bit of action, and it is. Toronto FC 2 with the 2-0 victory at home, completing the season sweep of 3 matches against NYCFC 2. Goals in the 16th and 29th minute in the first half were all the home side needed to be successful. The man of the match. Tonight's man of the match is who else? Malik Henry scores his first goal in his first match this season down from the first team. Was all over the pitch in the first half, dominating the left wing. And he put the decider on the cap on this match. Toronto 2, NYC 0. For our entire MLS Next Pro, we're going to send it to break. Excuse me, for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Nick Abel. Once again, our final score, 2-0 Toronto over NYC. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Have a good rest of your night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.